Hi everyone, thanks for watching this video on drivinglessonscork.ie. Is 12 driving lessons enough to pass my driving test? Well, I often get asked this question, and to be frank with you, 12 driving lessons is really not enough in most cases to be able to go on and pass a driving test with. I say in most cases because in a very odd case it might be enough if you have done a lot of driving in between the 12 driving lessons that you get as part of the Essential Driver Training program that we have in this part of the world for learner drivers. In that program, it recommends that you do 3 hours driving between each driving lesson. So that would be 36 extra hours of driving you would do on top of your 12 Essential Driver Training lessons. So your total amount of driving that you should have done after you finish your 12 driving lessons is actually 48 hours of driving. Believe it or believe it not. Now, even 48 hours of driving is not within the amount of driving they recommend that you should do for a driving test. Because when they researched the topic of learner driving internationally before they brought in the 12 E.D.T lessons in Ireland, they came back and recommended that a person should have done up to 100 hours of driving before they'd be experienced enough, shall we say, to pass the driving test. Okay? And from my experience, I would find that people are not experienced enough if they only do 12 hours of driving in their driving lessons. You're just, in most cases, with 12 hours of driving, you cannot possibly be at the driving test standard after 12 hours. You just cannot. Like, as driving instructors and driving schools, we will teach you as best we can within those 12 hours. But to be a very good driver, you need extra practice. You just do need it. So whether you get it by doing extra driving lessons, which a lot of people are doing nowadays because the price of driving insurance has skyrocketed, or whether you get insured on somebody else's driving insurance policy and do some driving with them, you need extra driving before you can pass a driving test. And you also need a course to be studying up on the rules of the road. You'd want to be knowing them inside out. Studying of the rules of the road will actually complement your driving lessons and your driving practice as well. Now, of course, you have to do driving practice with somebody who has a full license for more than 2 years. You cannot do driving practice with somebody who is a novice driver. That is against the law. Now, for you to find somebody who has a full license for more than 2 years and who's not a novice driver to do the driving practice with you can be difficult, alright, I would accept that. So you're kind of caught then maybe to do extra driving lessons. Now, it might be easy for me to suggest to you to do extra driving lessons, but hopefully it will bring you on quicker with your driving, because otherwise if you're not good enough for a driving test, you won't pass it, and you'll keep having to reapply for the driving test, and that's going to be costly as well. So folks, the moral of the story is you do need a lot of driving experience to be good enough to pass a driving test. I'd be lying to you if I told you any different. 12 driving lessons on their own with nothing else done is just not going to be good enough in most cases to be able to pass the driving test on your first attempt. I'd be lying if I told you any different. Okay folks, so hopefully that answered your question. If you liked the video, please do click the like button and subscribe to our channel. We like to make videos to help people along with their driving as time goes on. That's all for now folks. Talk to you later.